gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Friday Night Conquer. I am your host, the Eye in the Sky, Cloudy, and I am alone tonight. Dylan Cross apparently got locked out of the building. I don't know why he didn't have his key, but we got a lot of incredible action here tonight, including, but not limited to, our Last Man Standing main event. But that's neither here nor there. Ladies and gentlemen, we are kicking things off with Maverick Mullins. Now, if you didn't see last week's episode, first of all, I do recommend going check it out. It was a great show. But this gentleman right here was offered an ultimatum. Maverick Mullins, his friend, Darren Epps, suspended by me last week until after high stakes. But, like the consummate professional and gentleman that I am, I offered Darren Epps an opportunity. If Maverick Mullins can win his matches either last week or this week, he gets an Darren Epps gets an Affinity Championship match when he returns. More on that here in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your stats on Maverick Mullins. He is from Eugene, Oregon, USA. 5'11", 215 pounds. Big Mully. Last week, he was unsuccessful in the main event against Emerson Rivers. Tonight, he might have a little bit of trouble. Some would say even some major trouble. We are 24 hours away, ladies and gentlemen, from SWF High Stakes. And if you're a fan of both SWF and our good friends over at Shock Wrestling, hosted by John Von Hollywood and Ace, then you would know that not only do we have our program here tonight, we have Shock Wrestling's Friday Night Strike going on over there. Then, tomorrow night, SWF High Stakes. And then, on Sunday night, we have Shock Wrestling presents Tidal Wave. And then on Monday night, we have Shock Wrestling presents Monday Night Call. It is a great 4 days of professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. And this man right here, he is going to be on a couple of those shows, ladies and gentlemen, including tonight. But he is also going to be tomorrow night in that ladder match representing Conquer. He is one of 3 representatives of Conquer. More on that here in a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Here is your run-up on Major Trouble. Major Trouble coming in from Blackpool, England. He is 6'7", 498 pounds. He is a big, mean, nasty war pig. And I say this as my friend, ladies and gentlemen. It was made official in the Discord server earlier this week that Major Trouble is officially part of the Cloud Army. He is my enforcer. I don't even need the security agency with me. Darren Epps, if you dare try to touch me, that is the gentleman you'll have to answer to. Major Trouble. Just like your friend Maverick Mullins has to answer to Mr. Trouble tonight. It is going to be an incredible night of action, and we are kicking it off here with what seems to be a David versus Goliath situation. Maverick Mullins with a quick punch and a chop block to the knee. He wants to get that early lead. Ladies and gentlemen, later tonight we have our main event in Last Man Standing. Weeks of build-up. Emerson Rivers versus Zach Gold. Also tonight we will see 2 exciting tag team matches, including one involving Sakura Badu and Gavin Belle taking on T Savage and Lady Kim. We have an impromptu handicap match going on. And right after this, we get to see Era Predida. It is going to be a fun night of professional wrestling as Major Trouble takes control, sending Maverick Mullins out to the outside. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to SWF professional wrestling, it is a great time to join because tomorrow night, as I've mentioned earlier, SWF High Stakes, Ace Adams defends his SWF title against King Cold. Lady Kim defends the SWF All-Star title against Sakura Badu, and we are going for a pinfall quick. 1, 2, and that's why he's my enforcer. He is a dominant man. Couldn't get the job done yet, but I know he will. We have 2 exciting ladder matches, including our 6-man ladder match involving Major Trouble, Zach Gold, Emerson Rivers. And over on Wednesday Night Inferno's side, you have Triple X, Eli Drake, and Mike Day. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Also, we will have a 4-woman ladder match involving over on Wednesday Night Inferno's Megumi and All Energy, Carrie Taryn, and over on the purple side of things, Grace Holloway and Cassidy Rose. It is going to be an action-packed night, action-packed weekend as Major Trouble bashes the ribs into the lungs of Maverick Mullins. Major Trouble sizing up Maverick Mullins here. Up. And Maverick Mullins fighting out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, Maverick Mullins has an incredible fight in him. But he needs to be able to get Major Trouble off his feet. That is priority one. Another drop kick, but it doesn't mean anything. Mullins trapped kind of in that corner, but he's not stopping with a chop. Mullins backing himself up to the corner. Roll up. And Maverick Mullins tried to use that quickness, but Major Trouble saw it with a quick boot to the chest. Sending Maverick Mullins off the ropes. Kick to the leg. And it looked like he was going for a chop block, but missed. Major Trouble going to make him pay. But face first into the turnbuckle with some snake eyes. Major Trouble sizing up Maverick Mullins. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to SWF and you want to be a part of the action, a great way to do so would be through our Discord server with the link in the bio. That way you can see our backstage activities, you can see character interactions, you can see upcoming match cards, and if you feel so inclined, we even have a character submission sheet. Come be a part of the action here on SWF. Link in bio. Maverick Mullins, one of the originals. Beautiful knee drop. As I was saying, one of the originals of SWF, one half of Loose Ends with Darren Epps. Maverick Mullins missing the action. Major Trouble just, I don't know what that was, stomping at the ground, but not Mullins. Maybe a little disoriented from the sudden burst of action. Ooh, head. Knee to the face. That is a high vertical from Maverick Mullins. Maverick Mullins is fighting not just to win tonight, but to get Darren Epps a championship opportunity next week. Here comes the General. Beautiful. I believe they called that, oh, I can't even remember the name. I know what it's called. The Sling Blade. Corner. And what's he going for here? Ladies and gentlemen, Maverick Mullins in the air. Beautiful maneuver. I will be able to find that move here in a minute. Give it just 1 second. As I look through my notes, it was just a 2 count. Maverick Mullins, he calls that the Switchblade. Sent into the corner. Oh! Ducking out of that big swing that we've seen take several competitors out before. What's he going for now? He set it up. The mull over! Major Trouble is going to get out of this easily. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness! Maverick Mullins getting that all-important win. Ladies and gentlemen, he just proved without a shadow of a doubt, you can never doubt Maverick Mullins. What a victory for Maverick Mullins. Darren Epps, you better treat that man to some deep dish pizza, because he is the reason that you get to come back and have a main event championship match with either Gavin Belle or T Savage this next week on Friday Night Conquer. Ladies and gentlemen, Friday Night Conquer is entering a new era after High Stakes, and Maverick Mullins and Darren Epps, I mean, if they can keep finding themselves in a situation like this, whether I want to admit it or not, they could be high-impact players here in the SWF locker room. Look at this. This was what ended it all. The mullover. Big moves. There's the pinfall. What a big hit for Maverick Mullins. Drink it in, kid, because I don't see you getting much more of those. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to an incredible tag match. We got 2 debuting superstars coming up next. It's going to be great. And here's one of those debuting superstars. Ladies and gentlemen, this man has torn it up as a part of the Burning Path over at our good friends over at Shock Wrestling. He looks to make his debut here in the Supreme Wrestling Frontier. This is the straight edge, Jacob. Here's the tell of the tape of Jacob from Whitewater, Wisconsin. He is 5'10", 210 pounds. The straight edge, 1/3 of Wisconsin Wrestling's burning path. He is hoping to make an impact here. He doesn't have Jalen or Eric Alexander with him in SWF, or at least not yet. We could always see them show up. But tonight, looking to find his footing here, he asked for a tag team partner when Era Predida challenged him. He said, anyone who shows up, as long as you can wrestle, let's do it. And this gentleman right here answered the call. El Hijo Del Prince Yada. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your tell of the tape on El Hijo Del Prince Yada from, hold on, that is small font, from Jalisco, Mexico. He is 5'8", 163 pounds, a second-generation professional wrestler, son of legendary Prince Yada. Looking to make his impact here in SWF, his first foray into the United States. Usually he is in his black and gold, but tonight, teaming up with Jacob, the black and red, similar to what his father used to wear in Mexico, the black and red representing the blood of Prince Yada shed on the mat, and the determination to fill the void with professional wrestling. El Hijo Del Prince Yada is here to make an impact. I can't lie, I'm loving this theme song. Oh, speaking of good theme songs, ladies and gentlemen, coming off of their first victory here in the SWF, this is La Era Predida. Rex Rampardos and Pterodactyl Jones, like I mentioned, coming off their first victory, they are still looking to find their footing here. They have been offered a special kind of deal where they will remain free agents and appear on both shows because of how much myself and Johnny Woods value these two gentlemen. Here's to tell the tape on La Era Predida. Pterodactyl Jones coming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. He is 5'9", 230 pounds, the Jurassic Jet. Pterodactyl Jones. And his good friend Rex Rampardos, the man who pinned Gavin Belle last week from Fresno, California. 5'9", 245 pounds. These two, they are high-flying, hard-hitting, talented gentlemen. And of course, they have something Yada and Jacob don't. They've been in a tag team before. They are like a prominent tag team. Looks like we got the music staying on a little long. That's how much we love the music here. Quick action, starting off Rex Rampardos, starting off for La Era Predida. Jacob, starting off for Jacob and El Hijo Del Prince Yada. Springboard dropkick taking Jacob onto the mat. I can see all four of these gentlemen having big impacts here in the Supreme Wrestling Frontier tag to Pterodactyl Jones. Kick to the midsection. That's the tag team prominence. Pterodactyl Jones going to the middle rope, elbow drop, and let me tell you a little bit how this match happened over on Shock Wrestling's Discord. Straight Edge Jacob been challenging Emerson Rivers over and over and over again, eventually challenging him to a match in Emerson Rivers' home turf of SWF, and here we go, Prince Yada getting into the action. Challenging to a match here in SWF as Pterodactyl Jones rolls out of the ring. What do we got here? Big spear from El Hijo Del Prince Yada. But challenged Emerson Rivers. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I keep getting sidetracked. Challenged Emerson Rivers. But instead of Rivers answering the challenge, it was Pterodactyl Jones said, hey, if you want to make an impact here in SWF so much, so do we. Find a partner and let's go. Of course, Jacob sent out the tweet. Anyone who wants to team up with me and take on these two gentlemen, La Era Predida, let's get it done. Big dive over the top rope. Pterodactyl Jones ending the count. It was quite a surprise when El Hijo Del Prince Yada, someone who wasn't even signed to SWF at the time, answered the call. And here we are. Paperwork has been signed. Match is on. Sending El Hijo Del Prince Yada to the corner. That is, the ref is right. That is a tag as Rex Rampardos comes in. Chop to El Hijo Del Prince Yada, ladies and gentlemen. Taking down Prince Yada. I just realized how much I say ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. I am not used to being on my own in the booth, but here we are. Show business goes on, ladies and gentlemen. Midsection kick. And El Hijo Del Prince Yada fighting out of it. The new Prince. Dive down. Kick to the midsection. Kick to the head. Moonsault springboard. That was beautiful action from El Hijo Del Prince Yada. Chops, punches. Going for something big. Throw over. Tagging in Jacob. Axe handle down to the face of the dinosaur. Jacob going for a pinfall. One. No, not even a one count. Springboard going for an elbow, but missing. Save it for the dinosaurs, Jacob. Oh, well, maybe not, because Pterodactyl Jones misses. Jacob sending Pterodactyl into the corner. What are we looking at here? Beautiful disaster. Tagging in El Hijo Del Prince Yada. Here comes Rex Rampardos. Now Rex Rampardos, he has had an up and down career here in Shock Wrestling. No, we are not Shock Wrestling. We are SWF. It has been a busy week, ladies and gentlemen. Rex Rampardos has had an up and down career here in the SWF, making his debut in a tag team match with Pterodactyl Jones in a loss to Category 5. Came into the Battle Royal just a couple weeks ago, took a loss there. Last week, losing to the Chess Club in a qualifying match over on Inferno. This week, well, here we go, side pinfall. One. I think I got that order wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I think he made his debut on Inferno against Category 5, then the next week lost to Chess Club, then lost the Battle Royal. Here we go, got a pinfall. Jacob kicking Rex Rampardos in the head. Last week, he got his big victory as him and Pterodactyl Jones defeat Gavin Belle and Zach Gold. Rex Rampardos, big senton onto El Hijo Del Prince Yada. Kick to the head. My goodness. Draping him onto the ropes. Kick to the face. That is insult and injury, ladies and gentlemen. Kick to the back. El Hijo Prince Yada, he is a disciplined high flyer with some incredible striking ability. He, like I mentioned, second generation. Here goes for a pinfall attempt. One. Nothing. Second generation superstar, son of Prince Yada. Prince Yada, a legend over in the Mexican wrestling scene. Hijo Del Prince Yada, looking to make his mark elsewhere here in the SWF. Spear onto the mat, or onto the outside. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob looking for that tag, and Yada ignoring him. Interesting. Sent into the barricade. Brutal move from Rex Rampardos. Rex Rampardos, he is a violent and talented man, great with his high-flying abilities, but does not mind using the environment around him. You know, look, and I can respect that. If you're going to be in a fight, fight with everything you got. We get to a 5 count. We don't want this to end in a count out. El Hijo Del Prince Yada sent back into the ring. Rex Rampardos joining. Oh, springboard forearm. Beautiful maneuver from El Hijo Del Prince Yada. And he is pumped. Rex Rampardo's climbing to Pterodactyl Jones, hoping to get the tag. Here comes Pterodactyl, sent down to the mat, and Hijo Del Prince Yada kicking Pterodactyl Jones, sending Rex Rampardos out. Chop, kick, kick, kick. What a combination from Pterodactyl Jones to the Jurassic Jet. Hijo Del Prince Yada looking for that tag. Now he's interested in tagging in Jacob. A little bit of a miscommunication earlier, but that doesn't seem to matter. Slap to the face, kick, kick, super kick. These two are what made this match happen. Pterodactyl Jones and Jacob. Spin, kick to the face. My goodness. Getting the control from behind, zigzag onto the canvas. Pterodactyl Jones going to tag in Rex Rampardos. Ladies and gentlemen, these four men looking to make an impact. This is what the superstar, or this is what the New Talent Initiative is all about here in SWF, giving these individuals a chance to shine. And if you show as much heart as these four are tonight, you might just have something here. Jacob getting stomped into the corner. Rampardos working him down. It's gritty work. Up! Springboard drop kick, barely clipping him, but it's enough to send Jacob down. Going for a pinfall. That's the smarts of Jacob, but Rex Rampardos kick out before the 1 count even begins. Kick to the head of Rex Rampardos, not letting him recover, and now going to the outside. Jacob working Rex Rampardos down near the ramp. What we got here? And it's reversed by Rex Rampardos, sent onto the floor. I keep wanting to say mat. And they are mats, to be fair, but they're not that kind of mat. Punch to Hijo Del Prince Yada. Insult to injury. Elbow to the face. DDT. Breaking the fall, ladies and gentlemen. Rex Rampardos keeping the action. Breaking the count, but keeping the action. Powerbomb sent into the apron. Here we go. Hijo Del Prince Yada taking the fight back to Rampardos. Beautiful Falcon Arrow. Jacob and Hijo Del Prince Yada standing over Rex Rampardos as we get to a 7 count. We need to find our way back to the ring. Here comes Jacob. Back in control. Beautiful springboard. One. And it's just a 1 count this late in the match. You got to wonder, what does Jacob and Yada gotta do? Yada gotta do. There you go. What does Jacob and Prince Yada gotta do to take out the Era Predida? Prince Yada lining something up. My goodness! 1, 2, 3. The 054 gets it done. And Hijo Del Prince Yada and Jacob take a victory. What an incredible match by these four competitors. Nobody has anything to be ashamed of. Jacob, Hijo Del Prince Yada, as general manager, I do gotta say, you two showed out. And obviously, Era Predida did too, but we have that no sign agreement with Inferno. Keep Era Predida on both shows so you can see the dinosaurs on both programs. What incredible match, incredible action and facts. Jacob, once the show is done, come see me in my office. I think we have something we need to discuss. Here is where the tide started to change. It was outside in the corner of Yada and Jacob. Yada goes for that 054. It was just enough 2, 3. What a big victory. What a debut for Jacob and Yada. They had a little bit of miscommunication, but it seems that they are on the same page about celebrating this victory. It kind of makes me wonder, are we going to see these two team again in the future? Are we going to see these two go against each other? Up next, MX Rockstar, winner of Battle Royale a couple weeks ago, in a YouTube championship match at high stakes, went to my office and asked, more demanded, that he gets a tune-up match. Mr. Rockstar, here's your tune-up match. I hope that it finds you well, my friend, because this is your opportunity to prove that you're about it. MX Rockstar 1-0 so far in SWF. He is not a free agent either. He is officially signed to Friday Night Conquer, making his first appearance since signing with the Purple Show. Here is your rundown on MX Rockstar from Braintree, England. He is 5'10", 215 pounds. Rockstar is going to be in action tomorrow for the YouTube Championship against Colin Cooper of the Chess Club and Lightning Lewis of the Electric Company. So, Mr. Rockstar, you're alone in more ways than one, my friend. You might want to start looking at some friends. I know Jacob loves recruiting people. And you two are both the reason I had to spend extra on Pyro this evening. His competition tonight is going to be a little heavier than you may expect. MX Rockstar, I like you, kid, but you gotta remember, this is Friday Night Cloudy, not Friday Night Rockstar. Don't ever barge into my office again demanding things. But I did this as a treat for you. You're in a triple threat match, so I got you two opponents. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tank Mountain. On the bottom there, that is Big Vic Collins. Top with the hat, that is Mountain John Everest. John Everest standing in at 7'2". Big Vic Collins standing in at 6'8". They stand in combined at 13. Okay, 6'6", because they stand in combined at 13 feet and 8 inches. Over 800 pounds. These are two hard-working men. They work outside during the day. They work in the ring during the night. They told me they're not here for singles glory. They're not here to backstab anyone or to ruffle any feathers. They're here to have fun and win championships with their best friend, Tank Mountain. Two good friends. They like to drink. They like to fight. They like to work. They like to wrestle. And tonight, they get to do just that. Here comes trouble for Mr. Rockstar. Look at the size difference, and Collins goes straight up. And I guess they're choosing to go a little easy on Mr. Rockstar, letting Collins go first. And here comes Everest, a headbutt to the head of Mr. Rockstar, sent across the ring. And in typical triple threat fashion, triple threats are usually no disqualification. And since Mr. Rockstar wants a tune-up match so badly, this match is no disqualification. So, if Mr. Rockstar can familiarize himself with a steel chair, then he might be able to take care of these giants. If he can get his footing, that is, as MX Rockstar is sent to the mat. Knee to the face, my goodness, these two monsters of men made their debut last week in a losing effort to the Outlaws. The Outlaws, of course, will be at SWF High Stakes for the tag team titles. Claw to the shoulder. Oh, MX Rockstar finding his footing. Now he's looking to take down that giant red oak, John Everest. Sent back to the canvas. MX Rockstar, I know I'm the reason you're here, but if I were you, I'd start looking for a weapon, my guy. John Everest going to the outside. Vic Collins going to the top. MX's days. John Everest found a weapon. Oh, Collins taking out his partner. That was a quick kick out from MX Rockstar. The ring is so big. The ring is so small compared to these two. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to move around each other. But they know how to throw MX Rockstar around like he's a rag doll. Ladies and gentlemen, still to come tonight, we have Last Man Standing. And here comes Collins with that weapon. I believe it's a baseball bat. The baseball bat in a normal person's hands, that is lethal. But in a monster like Collins' hands, it's going to be a rough night for Mr. Rockstar if he can't get some action. Here comes. He is fighting back. MX Rockstar finding his footing, ladies and gentlemen, as John Everest climbs back into the ring. MX Rockstar needs to keep his eye on the prize as he gets sent back down to the mat by Vic Collins. Vic Collins, 6'6", over 300 pounds, with an amateur wrestling background and a powerlifting background. This dude is mean. Well, kind of. He is, he likes to smile, he likes to laugh, he likes to make jokes. But when that bell rings, Vic Collins is lethal company to be with. And then you pair him with Mountain John Everest, 7'2", 450 pounds. MX Rockstar fighting out. Good work. John Everest doesn't talk much. He does like to laugh with Vic Collins. He wasn't a wrestler in school. He didn't do powerlifting. He was more into the welding classes, shop classes. He wanted to be a tradesman, but he always loved professional wrestling. Vic Collins convinced him to give it a try. MX Rockstar getting the Mountain down. Maybe he can do this. MX Rockstar needs to find his energy. Here he comes swinging at Collins, and here comes Everest, and it is looking rough. Bash to the chest. Kick to the elbow. Throwing. Oh! MX Rockstar lands on his feet, but Collins is quick to catch. Slam down to the mat, and there's a pinfall attempt. 1. MX Rockstar, I'll give him this. He doesn't know how to quit. I can almost respect it. MX Rockstar needing to find his footing in this match against two giants. Two, ladies and gentlemen, because, like I mentioned, they lost last week. I'm sure they don't like losing. Kendo stick to the ribs. Everest working on that kendo stick. Here comes shoved down to the mat. My goodness me. Sent into the barricade. John Everest keeping control for Tank Mountain. It's every time MX Rockstar finds a little bit of energy, quickly shut down. Here we go. Dragging MX Rockstar. What do they got planned? Brutal choke slam to the floor. Diving Vic Collins. Take Mountain, they are not done. Slamming him down to the mat with a Dominator slam. He was going for the ring, but ran into the ring post, slammed back onto the floor. They need to get him into the ring if they want to get a victory. I think they're toying with their food a little too much now, ladies and gentlemen. You know, they're confident giants. My God, there's that powerlifting aspect we were talking about. Like he's nothing onto the floor. John Everest not knowing where he wants to be. Oh, and Collins sent down. MX, you need to get that weapon out of his hand. John Everest keeping the ring intact, and they all have weapons. And it is the bat that beats the chair. And miscommunication there. Oh, missing the clothesline. Throwing MX Rockstar. My God. Are you okay over there, buddy? I know that had to hurt. My God. Throwing him like he was nothing. I might have to step in and call it. My goodness me. Got a choke. Onto the floor. This. I don't know if MX Rockstar is going to be there tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, after the beating he is taking tonight. Whew. This is what makes me glad that I am on this side of the action and I don't have to step into the ring. I wanted to teach Mr. Rockstar a lesson, but I feel like it has gone a little too far. He's not even moving. This man finds a way to get to high stakes in one piece. I will commend setting him up. Cement mixer bomb. 1, 2, 3, and thank God MX Rockstar has been put out of his misery. That was brutal. Couldn't really find anything. Any action. Well, MX Rockstar, I hope you learned a valuable lesson. You asked for something on Friday Night Cloudy, you're gonna get it. You wanted a tune-up match, you got your tune-up match. It may not have been what you expected. You put up a better fight than I expected you to. I'll give you that. And I think no one going to be ashamed of what you've done tonight. You especially should not be ashamed of what you've done tonight. You are going to go on tomorrow night. You are going to high stakes. I do confidently believe after what you've been put through tonight, if you can crawl out of bed, get your gear on, get to high stakes, MX Rockstar, you are my bet to win the U2 championship. This is where it all ended, the cement mixer powerbomb. And Tank Mountain are on the board. Big victory for Tank Mountain. What a match. They can celebrate happy. They got their victory. Sake of everyone else, thank goodness. We are moving on to our final tag match of the night. Badu and Gavin Belle versus Lady Kim and Steve Savage.
City lights burn sharp in my eyes under the roar of the end.
Hey, we gotta do it big. This the princess, so you know she's
Let me tell you all how this match happened. Badu winning the All-Star Contenders tournament, getting a championship match at Lady Kim at high stakes. On the other side, Steve Savage won the tournament the triple threat turmoil to get a shot at Gavin Belle. T Savage and Lady Kim, good friends. So I just couldn't help myself. I had to make this match. Here she comes, the number one contender. Here is your tell of the tape. Princess Akira Badu. 5'4", 110 pounds from the ATL, Atlanta, Georgia. She's hoping to come out tonight with momentum, going on to face Lady Kim at high stakes.
Make sure you hear everyone just go and scream her name. She getting all the fame, and that princess in the building, so you know how we playing, man. I said the princess, she the best. Yeah, she never gon' stress. Put these other hoes to rest. Slap your bitch ass like a test. Said the princess, she the best.
And here comes her tag partner. Seems like you can't talk about SWF Conquer without talking about the Affinity Champion, Gavin Belle, and his tag team partner, Emerson Rivers. Rivers, of course, not in his corner tonight. Wasn't in his corner last week when him and Zach Gold lost to Era Predida. Gavin Belle was kind of in the middle of a very gross situation with Gold and Rivers. But here he comes tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your tell of the tape for the Affinity Champion, Gavin Belle. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he is 5'8", 228 pounds. He is the first and so far only Affinity Champion, Gavin Belle. Gavin Belle will take on T Savage tomorrow night in no holds barred. So this is just a test, a taste, if you will, of what Gavin Belle and T Savage have in store for each other. These two have never competed against each other in one-on-one action. Tomorrow night, for the first time ever, Gavin Belle and T Savage. What a match that is going to be. Well, on the other side, ladies and gentlemen, the First Lady of SWF.
The magnificent Lady Kim. Look at this face.
Here's the tell of the tape. Lady Kim from Vancouver, Canada, 5'5", 122 pounds. The First Lady of SWF. And she is our SWF All-Star Champion. She has not defended that title yet. The first ever All-Star Champion. She is ready to get her hands sturdy with Akira Badu. Last time we saw Lady Kim was in a tag team contest with Miss Badu, where they won. So they make a decent team. This gentleman, T Savage, he was an underdog. He was he was an underdog. He was underappreciated, unpredictable. The influence of SWF. Here's the tale of the tape on T Savage. T Savage comes in from New York, USA. He is 6'2", 245 pounds. T Savage, ladies and gentlemen, won that triple threat turmoil. Well, everyone doubted him, winning the qualifier and winning the finals. Now he is here to become a champion. It was originally booked last week to face Emerson Rivers. Unfortunately, that match was postponed due to conflicts backstage with Emerson Rivers and Maverick Mullins, but T Savage is here tonight. He is not letting anyone take his spot. I will say, T Savage and Emerson Rivers will have their contest sooner rather than later. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our penultimate match of the evening. Lady Kim and Akira Badu going right after each other. This is just going to be a taste of what happens at high stakes. The momentum is so important. It's so fragile. Tossing Akira Badu into the air with that exploder suplex, working the leg. Lady Kim, the First Lady of SWF. She has earned that reputation by her leadership in the locker room. She has earned her reputation by being the All-Star Champion. Lady Kim and Sakura Badu, they have to worry a little more than Gavin Belle and T Savage because there are 4 women gunning for them this Saturday in that high-stakes ladder match. Here comes T Savage. T Savage ready to lock up with Sakura Badu. Ladies and gentlemen, Savage into the corner with Badu. Going for that pinfall. 1. There she goes. Up in the air. Miss Badu sent down to the canvas. Kicking Savage away. Strikes. Going up to the middle rope. Here comes the influence. A beautiful drop from Savage and Badu rolling out of the ring. The Princess keeping control. They don't know which area they want to fight in. Sent into the corner. And that is a tag back to Lady Kim as Savage and Kim keep control. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have been enjoying the action so far, if you don't mind leaving us a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe, let us know what your favorite match of the night was and a match you'd like to see in the future. Again, if you want to be a part of the action, the best way to do so would be through our Discord server, link in bio. As Badu takes control, Codebreaker to the face of Lady Kim. And Badu tagging in the Affinity Champion, Gavin Belle, champion on champion action. Here we go, lock up. Gavin Belle sending Lady Kim into the ropes. Up, down, hard right. Gavin Belle with that big knee strike, breaking noses. Getting hoses. He's going to hate me for that. He was like, oh, that phrase finally died. Kicks everywhere. Badu drop kick to T Savage. Tomorrow night is going to be a big night for all 4 of these competitors as they hope to become champions. We could see any combination of these 2 being champions, whether it's Gavin Belle and Lady Kim still, whether it's Sakura Badu and T Savage, whether it's Sakura Badu and Gavin Belle, or T Savage and Lady Kim. You have several options that this could end with. Sent into the ropes, T Savage with a punch. This is the first time these 2 are meeting in ring. Sent into the corner. And here comes the influence. T Savage. Working Gavin Belle in the corner. T Savage keeping control of the action for his team. And Lady Kim, good friends behind the scenes. Elbow drop to the back of Gavin Belle. And you look at Gavin Belle and you look at T Savage, they are polar opposites. You got the influencer T Savage, you got the anarchist Gavin Belle. They are driven by one thing. They want to be Affinity Champion, but for very different reasons. Affinity title would boost T Savage's reputation. Gavin Belle just wants it so no one else can have it. Lady Kim going back to the top. Elbow drop to the back. Tag into T Savage. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, going for a spear, but it misses. Sent into the corner. Kick to the midsection. Several punches. Belle keeps control. Tag is made to Princess Badu. We are inching closer and closer, ladies and gentlemen. It's the last man standing. It is going to be incredible. Sent to the corner, Badu keeping control of the action. Working. Savage in the corner. Up! Knee strike. Beautiful pendulum knee strike. corner. Tag is made. Beautiful teamwork by Belle and Badu. Tag is made, and here comes Lady Kim. Lady Kim easily maneuvering Gavin Belle onto the mat. Lady Kim taking control, taking charge. Lady Kim begging Gavin Belle, get up. Let me hurt. And going for a cover. One. Badu breaks it up. Down goes Gavin Belle. To the corner again. Lady Kim keeping control. There we go. And up. Super kick. The balance and agility of Lady Kim is unmatched as she remains in control of the action, locking in that figure four. Gavin Belle needs to find his way back to Princess Badu. And there's the tag. Kim and Badu meet again. Twist of fate. 1, 2. And Lady Kim kicks out, but Savage was there for the save anyways. Beautiful combination from Princess Badu. Oh, what's she looking for here? Sent out of the ring. My goodness, and look at that. My goodness. The athleticism from Princess Badu, saying, anything you can do, Kim, I can do it better. Working her on the outside. Princess Badu needs to find her way back to the ring with Lady Kim. A pinfall victory over the champion would be a big deal right before a title match. Of course, we don't know what's next for the Women's Championship after High Stakes. Beautiful maneuver. I don't even know what to call that. But that kick to the back of the head and tag in. Here comes Gavin Belle. Gavin Belle sending Lady Kim into the corner. Chop to the... What's he looking for? They're beautiful. Blanking on the move, but it kind of reminded me of a Selena del Sol. No, that's not what it's technically called, and I'm sure Ace will tell me all about it later. Ace Adams, I mean. Here comes Savage. Drop to the back of Gavin Belle, and they have been working the back of Belle. They're going at it here. Tomorrow night, you can fight here all you want on the outside, but tonight is not the night. Get back into the ring. Big move coming from Gavin Belle. We are at a 6 count. We are nearing count out territory. Sent into the barricade there. Gavin Belle needs to find his way back. We're at a 9. And it's Lady Kim and T Savage with the victory. What an incredible match. And the momentum swings quickly to T Savage and Lady Kim. Sure, he didn't pin Gavin Belle. Sure, she didn't pin Sakura Badu. But they're going to be thinking about those losses coming into SWF High Stakes tomorrow night. Oh my goodness. We are getting close, ladies and gentlemen, to high stakes, and I am getting more and more excited. Lady Kim with that elbow to the back of Belle started working the back. These two had a plan and they executed it well. We could see the influence in the First Lady. Both as champions, that twist of fate was brutal. And it was, I mean, what happens tomorrow night? This is where it started going downhill. Was on the outside, those suplexes, turning him around and going for that brainbuster or that backbreaker. Sent into the barricade, and there was the final decision. As Belle got to his feet, the influence finds a win. Ladies and gentlemen, we are almost at the end of our show, and I hate to see you go, but we have one last match. Last man standing. Zach Gold, 2-0 over Emerson Rivers. Emerson Rivers continues his busy week. But first, let's talk about Zach Gold. Zach Gold will compete tomorrow night in that ladder match. Oh my. He is here with focus. The Rivers run dry. Zach Gold is for the people. I'm for the people. That's me. I'm for the people. What are you doing, Zach? Zach Gold. Here is the tale of the tape of the Golden Boy. Never mind his middle. Zach Gold from Osaka, Japan by way of Dallas, Texas. He is 6'7", 235 pounds, 2-0 against his opponent tonight. And here comes Emerson Rivers from Dallas, Texas, 5'9", 228 pounds. Emerson Rivers has been on a roll, and this is a different looking Rivers. Emerson Rivers competes tomorrow night in that ladder match. And then on Sunday, in the finals of the Shock 64 tournament, Emerson Rivers takes on Alexei Sokolov for the Community Creations Championship over on Shock Wrestling. It's going to be a big weekend for Mr. Rivers. Hoping to start it off right. Rivers is right on the jacket, saying Zach Gold is letting the people make him soft. We'll find out tonight. These two, so much history. Former tag team partners, current rivals. Lock up going straight in, sending Emerson Rivers down. Another lock up. I'm sure this will get brutal. Chops. Zach Gold going straight with the combinations. Headbutt. Oh, missing that leg drop. Going for that deadly knee. Big move. Zach Gold. These two know each other very well. Zach Gold, like I mentioned, 2-0 against Emerson Rivers. Zach Gold could end this feud once and for all. Emerson Rivers looking to finally put his name on the scoreboard. Like I mentioned, Emerson Rivers has been on a roll lately. Zach Gold, he has been also on a roll, but lost last week. Big neck breaker to Zach Gold. I will say Zach Gold was not pinned last week. Going for something. Going for a swing. There it is. That's how well these two know each other. They have to throw out new moves that we don't see in their moveset very often, just to keep each other from capitalizing. Here we go, going inside. Sledgehammer. Into the corner. beating Zach Gold down with the sledgehammer. Gold quickly rolling out to the ring. Again, this is last man standing rules. Don't answer a count of 10 and you're done. Here comes the kendo stick with Gold. Big coup de grace to the head of Zach Gold. Emerson Rivers keeping control, and he is in the corner. He is calling on Mother Gaia. Big super kick misses Zach Gold with a big knee strike to the face. Zach Gold taking control. Springboard leg drop. And that's what I mean when I say these two know each other so well. Oh, Zach Gold got lost in the aura. Knee strike, but Zach Gold capitalizes. What's he looking for here? Rivers fights out of it. Zach Gold. Rivers kicking Zach Gold in the chest. Zach Gold and Emerson Rivers know each other since 2018. They have been friends for almost 10 years. Before they were even professional wrestlers. When they were still in high school. Grew up in Dallas together. Wrestled in the Dallas-Fort Worth circuit together. Clothesline, and we got a combination going on. Zach Gold finding his moments. Taking Rivers down to the mat. Zach Gold has found the beast. Both of these men will be in that ladder match tomorrow night, as I mentioned prior. And going again, trying to farm that aura. Drop across the rope. Rivers again with that sledgehammer. These two have been at each other's throats since Zach Gold got here. Rivers looking to capitalize. Zach Gold rolling into the sledgehammer. My goodness! Rivers is pumped up. Zach Gold starting, but Rivers takes him up. Super kicks in the face. Now. Oh, heat death! 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My goodness. That could be it. 9. The heat death has finished it. Emerson Rivers, you have beaten Zach Gold. Wow. Zach Gold and Emerson Rivers, they were back and forth the whole time. You really couldn't tell who had the momentum until the very end. It wasn't the longest last man standing match. It wasn't the most brutal. But these two went in with high stakes on their mind, both literally and metaphorically. And it was just one moment. The super kick that Rivers has made lethal. And then the heat death. Rivers is looking more and more like a star every time. And Zach Gold, not to take anything away from Zach Gold, he is a beast. I'm sure we're going to see these two go at each other again tomorrow night at high stakes in that ladder match. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been such a fun episode of Friday Night Conquer. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Remember, tomorrow night, SWF High Stakes. It is going to be a great show with great action. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again so much for watching Friday Night Conquer. We'll see you tomorrow.